I got some new hats, and got compliments on this. And when I was just talking to somebody, it's not only a friend but a YouTube listener or watcher. And I look at his too. He's got one called Wolfman Jack, and when I greeted him, I tried to howl like a wolf, but his two dogs were barking louder than I was. True story. So we called it a short phone visit, and he said, by the way, when you wore your two hats the other day, you ought to do that more often. I said, you like that, huh? Yeah. Yeah. And your studio looks awful good, too. He said, you got a fantastic looking studio. Well, you can't get much better than that. When you talk to someone that watches your videos from time to time, he's watched at least 3. One with the two hats on it. When you get compliments like that they love your studio and love you wearing more hats, the better. You know you got a friend. You know you got a friend. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. Tonight's not going to be anything unusual. It's really going to be worse. It's going to be worse than usual. Let me tell you what I had to eat. I went over to a sports bar and I got what's called a crash and dash. I didn't expect for them, when they brought it over, to dump it upside down. That was the crash part. Well, they really didn't. It was a good pizza, and it's flat pizza, not high bread content, and what's best about it was it has they cut it in squares, and there's a pepperoni on each one. And then if you ask for what's that hot vegetables? Let's see. Ask for it, and they put it on there. Jalapeno peppers. If you put a jalapeno pepper with it, I guarantee that's all the pizza that you'll ever order is crash and dash with a pepperoni. And well, she hung around and talked to us. She had gotten back from Florida and Sarasota. Rich woman's area, and she learned to drink the best Guinness she ever tasted in her life. It's a shame it's only 4% alcohol. You know, most people think because it's brown and dark it's 8% or so. But I looked on the cans once and it's 4%. So I said, if you liked it that much, maybe I ought to try Guinness. She said, well, we'll have it right up before you get your crash and dash. Well, she was a very kind person. She had a sense of humor. Now, you got to understand, I don't know how many people how many people don't think I have a sense of humor. They think I'm sliding. And you know what I'm saying. They think I'm sliding down. Down. Because it wasn't but 6 months ago I said I was going to have a big studio next to my friend who called me, or I called him tonight. I was going to have lighting. I was going to have a camera. I was going to have a big microphone like this, like you talk like you're doing some type of old time radio station. Well, after I told him I was going to improve things, I went backwards. He was thinking it might be better for me not to sit in the same chair all the time, so all I did was move rooms. Because he said you need things for people to look at. Okay. So we got things in those boxes. Should be thrown in the trash tomorrow, but I sure didn't get to it. I got things that need to go in recycling. There's nothing on those bars there that hold clothes because they need to be washed tomorrow, so I took them off. So what's going on tomorrow, you're saying, Jim? Sounds like you got a pretty good day. Well, here's the way it goes. When I get done here, I'll call 2 senior citizens that I check on each night. And, yeah, you're saying why? Well, I tell people I'm going to be a senior citizen one day, and I want someone to check on me. I'm only 76. So, the people I check on are older, okay? You get the drift. Not quite 100. But they need checking on because nobody else may have even made contact with them that day. I can't pick up too many more people to call because of sleep problems. I think about 2 or 3 ago of videos I dealt with my sleep problems. And if you only knew the cocktail I have to put together to be able to sleep and then wake up after 3 or 4 hours and take a different set of what would you call it? Cocktail. I don't take the same cocktail every time I wake up because I don't want to overdose. So there's about 5 different pills that helps me sleep. Now, let me advise you 2 things about sleep. If you are just totally out of it and not sleeping, no matter how many pills of whatever types that you're taking that promises to let you sleep, like Lexium, oh, that's a joke. You buy that Lexium for about $80, they're going to give you a free bottle, but they want your credit card. Well, you try to return that bottle and see what happens. Try to cancel a subscription that you didn't even know you had and see how many bottles of Lexium you keep getting. You try to talk to somebody, see how many people you get to talk to when you want to cancel it. Lexium did not work. Lexium costs a lot of money, but it did not work for me. It must work for you've seen them on TV. The guy that ran for president and lost. He's doing commercials now, I guess, for a living. He didn't make it as a president several years ago. Can't think of his name. But he'll give these commercials on Lexium. He said the first night, that's all it's going to take. You're going to sleep like a baby. Yeah, I was sleeping like a baby. I was crying all the time because I couldn't sleep. And then Pat Boone, you remember him? Pat Boone had one of the better commercials, but I wasn't ready for it at the time. He had a balancing machine that he sold, and he says it would help my balance. Well, at the time I wasn't having any problems with my balance. Well, I wish I had his phone number. I'd call him up and tell him, do you have any of those balance machines left where I can put my feet on and go up and down and regain balance? Because, it gets kind of difficult to fall down the stairs every time I go to the stairs. And in this house, and I ain't rich, and this is no mansion, but to go downstairs, there's two sets of stairs. One goes this way, and then once you land there, there's one that goes straight down. So you have two chances to fall, lose your balance, and roll down till you hit the concrete. The other stairs go to the garage. Well, let's just put it this way. Things got so bad I had to hire someone to put handles, bars, so I could hold on to them as I was walking in the garage to my car. If that gives you any idea how things are progressing here at this house. That's not all. The worst is two sets of stairs that goes up to the bedroom upstairs. Now why there's 3 bedrooms on the top floor and none on the other floors? All I can say is it was either the designers or the builders drinking too much that night. There is no bedroom in the basement or on the first floor, but there's 3 on the second floor. But you gotta climb two sets of stairs to get to them. Okay, no problem till you fall backwards and start rolling down, and then you have to put your hands out to regain your balance. And then, yeah, we hired someone to come and put handles where we could hold on to them as we went up the stairs to the bedroom. These are things that you can look forward to when you become over 30 years old. When I was in my 20s, I was told things were going to get tough. As I got older, I didn't know it was going to start at my current age of 30. Or was that 76? whatever it was, it started happening just recently, just in the last year. And I worry about myself. I don't think I don't, but I won't talk about myself to anybody that knows me. I don't want them to think I'm becoming senile or that I am losing it or that I have Alzheimer's. I want to keep that a secret. Surprise them one day. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So that's a typical day here in this house I've described. Now, right now, I'm in the best room in the house. This is my studio. Let's see if I can show you the rest of it. You can tell I've been cleaning out some of the shelves and recycling, can't you? That one right there. I did some work on it. and you see there's no clothes hanging on those, but I almost put some on today because they were slightly damp when I took them out of the dryer. Well, instead I have trees upstairs, wooden trees, and there was space to put them up there. That way I didn't have to roll down the stairs and get them tomorrow. Okay, this is what it's like to grow older, and it's great to have a support group like you all. When I hang up, you can't imagine the response I get. It could be from text, it could be from cell phone, it could be from a home phone, it could be from YouTube, it could be from YouTube Messenger. I don't really watch the other stuff. Now this will be uploaded on X. Why? Because when I finish, it'll say, do you want to upload on X? Yeah. What the heck's X? I don't know why I'm getting myself on. Maybe I'm going to get arrested. I don't know. But I think it was the old Twitter. And I think, but I'm not sure, that Facebook bought it. Which I'm not. Yeah, I am on Facebook, but not with these two hats. I'm distinguished. I'm distinguished on Facebook. Yeah, I use my same name. People tell me if I'm going to be this way, I should change my name. My gosh, I've only been talking for 19 minutes. We need to go an hour. But I don't think we're going to go an hour tonight. I'm going to save half of it for another night. What can I share with you that will brighten your day? Get plenty of sleep. If you keep waking up like I do after you take your sleeping pills, just take one of those pills, the one that helps you the most, and just bite off a little bit of it with your teeth. And don't break your teeth. Don't use that big of a... If it's that tough, use a cutter, a pill cutter. But cut that pill in thirds. That way, if you get up 3 times to pee, you can swallow one of those, and you'll be back to sleep probably before you even thought you laid down. Now, I have a friend that does it a different way. He keeps either a jar of spirits or a jar of what's that cold medicine? I'll think of it in a minute. It comes in cherry and it comes in green, and they've come out with a dry formula now, and they call it Z. But it's really a cough medicine that is very effective for short term. But if you go long term with a NyQuil, or its equivalent from Walmart or Walgreens or anywhere things like this are sold, this stuff will put you to sleep. What they don't tell you is if you take it more than 2 to 3 days in a row, you'll be able to get up, but you won't be able to sort anything out because your mind's so scrambled. It does it for me. I think I took it once for nearly half a month, maybe a month, and I could make it downstairs, but I wouldn't try driving. Let's put it this way. It's like you're half awake and you're half asleep, but you want to go back to bed. But to go back to bed, you got to have another swig of it because you don't have enough in your system to go to bed. Am I teaching you something right now? Am I teaching you how to get some sleep? I sure hope so, because I don't want this session to be wasted. What else can I share with you? You know all about me. You know that I'm in Kentucky. I'm a former psychologist. I didn't even have to tell you that. You knew that by the way I talk. Well, it took me a lot of years to get there. Took several colleges to move around to pass the courses I needed to become a psychologist. It took 3 times to take the psychologist test. By golly, I got there. Before I got that, maybe it's because I like Guinness so much, I took 3 tests to become a alcohol and drug counselor. One was I had to present a case study. The second test was a board sitting in front of me of people. I say board, they call them boards. They're really tables. And they're going to try to fail you or pass you, one or the other, depending what you look like. I didn't wear 2 hats, so that helped me pass it the first time. So after they passed the written part of me giving a demonstration of how I would help a person off drugs, they asked me questions on it. And of course, I did okay on that because I gave a truthful scenario Then came the hard part. I might as well have gotten the Encyclopedia Britannica and gone through every page. And if I saw the word addiction, alcohol, crack, cocaine, meth, I should have memorized it. Because they were going to ask, what do I know about all this? And how would I treat a person that walked in my office? I passed that too. I didn't even have to take the test 3 times like I did in psychology. So I was living in Kentucky then. Those were Kentucky licenses. When I moved over here, I transferred the alcohol, but they wouldn't take the psychology because it was a master's degree and not a doctorate. But I did pick up marriage and family license and also a school psychology license, even though I hated walking into a school, so I never did. And what else did I get? Clinical social work, which I never liked the name, but I got it because I had so many classes I qualified for it without taking a test in Indiana. I'm in Indiana now. This is how we dress in Indiana. I guess we ought to close because we're almost down to half an hour and you've got other people to listen to, and they might be more fun than what we've had. But it's been fun talking to you, and I hope to talk to you again some other time. You can expect when you hit my channel to see and hear anything. You won't hear cuss words. No. You won't hear profanity. You won't hear a lot of these words that are regular words that cause me to sometimes defriend a person on Facebook if they put these words on there. I'll listen to it if it's on here, or just, cut them off. So what you'll hear from me is knowledge, if I have any knowledge to share, or humor, if I have any humor to share, or just a hello greeting and how you doing. That's about it. And I know it's not going to get me anywhere as far as making money on this YouTube, but as one person said, and this is the truth, she writes to me, she says, I like you because I can tell you're not doing it for money. What a compliment. I like listening to you because I know you're real and not doing it for money. What better compliment could you give me? Take care. I'm going to cut off, and I'm going to wish you a blessed Thanksgiving. And we're going to be talking again. And all you got to do is punch in Jim Wortham. And I may even poke my head in here tomorrow. You take care now, and good night. I do this at nighttime.